You heard of Drake, Frank?
Yeah, he's a guy here. He's from Toronto. He's got a big house in Yorkville, flooded not too long ago.
Up-and-coming artist.
Yeah.
Up-and-coming artist.
Yeah. On Degrassi, that guy.
Yes, on Degrassi.
Oh, that guy.
Very talented. Welcome back to BT. Time for entertainment. Frankie and Sid here with you. Look, Drake's been in the news for a lot of reasons over the last 6-ish months.
Yeah.
Last night, it was more of a standard reason. He dropped some new material, and when I say some new material, I mean it. 100 gigabytes of personal, never-before-seen archival pictures. This is how it looked. Videos, studio sessions, and 3 unreleased songs. The unreleased tracks are titled It's Up, Blue, Green, Red, and Housekeeping Knows.
This was on a website, though.
Yeah, this is on the website. No,
Yeah.
This is all he knew. This was not some hack. This is what he did.
Yeah, so he dropped a link to it.
Yes.
It was called 100 gigs?
100 gigabytes of material is what was out. And there's a lot in here. The one that stood out for us, a 10-minute raw video of Drake in studio playing his song Too Good for his mother, Sandy, who's off camera. We're going to play the clip in a second. Too Good features Rihanna off of Drake's 4th studio album, Views, which was released way back now in 2016. In the video, Drake confirms to his mother the song is written about tennis star Serena Williams, who the two were linked with each other back in 2015. Take a look.
When I make songs about women, I also make songs for them, so I know what kind of song to make. If I'm going to talk about them, I'll at least do them the justice of making them a song that they like.
Yeah.
Okay? So I know Serena very well, and I know that she'll hear it loud and clear, but she'll also not hate me for it because it's lighthearted.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So basically,
He's talking to his mom. They're asking for approval, maybe.
it's yeah.
Is this okay that I'm doing this?
But it's basically that
Yeah.
was the internet dump last night. It's just a bunch of that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it's rather fascinating. The lyrics of that song, back to Serena and Drake, for those who might have forgotten, I'm too good to you, I'm way too good to you, you take my love for granted, I just don't understand it. A lot going on there between Drake and Serena Williams. But are you going to check out the
Yeah, I will.
gigabytes? You're going to check it out online?
If I have some time, I will probably pop on there. But my question is, why do that now?
Why?
Why?
I'll give you my theory. I think it's a good question. Because not a lot of news with Drake lately has been good. I'll be honest. Like, he got his hat handed to him by Kendrick Lamar, among other things. Like, this is actually a different narrative for him that I think is good for him. I think this does him no harm.
But that relationship was back in the mid
2015-ish. Yeah.
So that's 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So why that clip? Like, why not just let that sit and let that be?
Valid, but if you're unearthing yourself to your fans, maybe this is the type of thing you show them. Look, I wasn't involved in the editorial, but I'll pass the question along, Frank.
Yeah, can you ask for me,
I'll
please?
text Drake myself.
I want a friend, please.
So if you have like a lot of time today, there's 100 gigabytes of material. Enjoy it if you're a Drake fan. Moving on, Suga from BTS is one of the biggest stars in the world, honestly. But he's in a bit of trouble. Got himself into a bind for riding an electric scooter while intoxicated in South Korea. The member of the massive K-pop supergroup is now apologizing after getting his license suspended and fined. He fell in front of his home while trying to park his electric scooter, which is when a nearby police officer performed a breathalyzer test. He apologized on Twitter, releasing a statement saying, in part, "I'd like to apologize for my negligence and wrong behavior to all those who my actions have hurt, and will be careful with my actions to make sure that things like this do not happen again." He's currently carrying out his mandatory military service after postponing his enlistment due to touring. His service is expected to be completed in June. Quick thought on that, Frank, or you want to move on?
Well, South Korea is very strict in many of the rules that are there, and it's good to see that he, if he was doing this, when it comes
just
to,
own up to it and move on.
you just own on.
I'm
you know what?
with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I just said. Yeah.
Finally, Tim Waltz, governor of Minnesota, is all the political rage right now. Kamala Harris officially
Weird.
made him.
Weird.
Well, they don't think that pairing is weird.
No,
There's a
but
lot
that's
of people.
what he's known for. Is
Yep.
weird.
He is now the VP on the ticket for Kamala Harris ahead of the presidential U.S. election. And Saturday Night Live speculation began as to who would play Tim Waltz, because Maya Rudolph's going to play Kamala Harris. Who plays Tim Waltz? A lot of people said Steve Martin would be the guy. This side-by-side is pretty striking. However, don't hold your breath. Steve Martin told the LA Times he's not going to do it. He is politely backing out, saying, quote, Lorne Michaels, I'm not an impressionist, is what he told him. You need someone who can really nail the guy. I was just picked because I have gray hair and glasses. So unfortunately, Frankie, Steve Martin will not be playing Minnesota Governor and VP candidate Tim Waltz. Are you devastated?
No.
You're good with it?
I knew this was going to be the case as well.
You knew Steve Martin would say
you know
no?
what?
I wasn't aware.
Why would Steve Martin want to do that now at this stage in his career?
It's pretty high profile in an election cycle, I'll say that.
Does he need to be that high profile?
No, Steve Martin doesn't need anything.
No, right? So it's like, why? Why?
Yeah, okay, valid point.
Yeah.
That is entertainment on this Thursday here on BT. More coming up tomorrow. Next on BT as well. We'll have tips on organizing an informal stargazing party with wines that sparkle just as much as Frank's eyes.
Thank you for noticing.
And the night sky. More BT straight ahead.